Hello, music lovers! This is Squiggly Myers for Radio, and you are in to the Squiggle Spin, a place where we will be highlighting and reviewing your favorite songs by your favorite indie artists. Brought to you by Rock the Alphabet. Go to Spotify and search Rock the Alphabet, where you will find the most comprehensive list of playlists. A through Z, chances are we have the playlist for you. You can also join us on our Facebook page, Rock the Alphabet, and at www.rockthealphabet.com. And now, your featured song. Hello, music lovers, and welcome to a special edition of the Squiggle Spin. Over the next 4 weeks, we're going to be looking into the album The Raven and the Robot by Kristopher Battilana, with a close introspective look at the artist and a song-by-song analysis of the album. Each week, we will be presenting 2 songs off the album. So let's get started. As usual, before we get to know the featured song, let's get to know the featured artist. Today's featured artist is Kristopher Battilana. Based in Geraldton, Western Australia, Kristopher has been playing guitar and writing songs since his late teens. Drawing influence from 90s metal and grunge bands such as Devin Townsend, Green Day, and White Zombie, 3 different sounds that Kristopher has been able to meld together into a unique voice of his own. Growing up, Kristopher inherited his passion for music from his father, though his understanding of music at the time was merely mathematical. This all changed when his father introduced him to Sisters of Mercy and Roger Waters. In his words, that's when his universe changed, and he realized that music was more than just numbers, it was an art form. Well, music lovers, we'll get to know more about Kristopher's story in next week's episode. For now, let's take a look at our featured songs for today. Today's featured songs are from the concept album The Raven and the Robot by Kristopher Battilana. Over the next 4 weeks, we will be looking at this 8-track concept EP. Taking 2 tracks each week, we will be immersing ourselves in the story of The Raven and the Robot. So let's begin. I'd like to start by reading a short synopsis of the story of this concept album. So sit back and relax and enjoy this story. One day, a man awakens to find himself in the cargo hold of a giant robot. This robot travels through space accompanied by a giant raven. Together, they collect memories and trinkets, things they've owned and dropped, and new things they have discovered. All along, these 2 godlike beings are indirectly shaping and building the universe throughout their travels. The human stowaway soon gets discovered and befriends the Raven and the Robot. He then takes on the role of technician, mechanic if you will, and begins to repair and find uses for the trinkets that they've collected. After some time, the beings grow weary and fall asleep when disaster suddenly strikes. They are pulled into a black hole and crash somewhere new and unknown. The catastrophic event finds the robot destroyed on the surface. The Raven is distraught over what just happened. The human then takes to building something new. The mess of robot parts, trinkets, and New World debris, he can't make sense of the puzzle. And instead of the robot, he begins to rebuild a new world. The Raven and the Robot. And now, our featured song. Part 1, Trinkets. This song begins with an ambient sound that builds on the story as it begins. Using double-chorded voicings on acoustic instruments, this lays the sonic foundation from which Kristopher uses to build on the intro of this story. With a marriage of Arabic and Celtic styles, Trinkets opens up this masterful piece of concept art, slowly building to its climax during the chorus, which continues to build as the song progresses, leading into part 2, The Robot's Hold. Now this song bursts in with the ferocity of 90s nu metal bands such as Nine Inch Nails and White Zombie, with a little cyberpunk to boot. The Robot's Hold continues its operatic metal tale in the series. Musically, the guitar work is beyond reproach as it builds a heaviness to it that gives us a sense of a robot's interior, while the backbeat carries along like gears in a timing mechanism. Lyrically, the song builds on the storyline from the beginning, which tells of the man inside the robot's hold. Well, music lovers, this has been parts 1 and 2 on our series of the concept album, The Raven and the Robot, by Kristopher Battilana. Join us again next week when we will be looking into parts 3 and 4 and learning a little more about Kristopher's story. This is Squiggly Myers reminding you, life is short, my friends. Don't forget to turn up the music. Now, let's listen to parts 1 and 2 of The Raven and the Robot here on MM Radio.